The person destroying your peace is not a stranger. They're inside your family, your work, your circle, someone you've known for years, maybe your whole life. And that's what makes it so cruel. You can't block them and walk away. You have to sit across from them and smile. And they've been bleeding you dry this whole time. The same fight again. That knot in your stomach when their name lights up your phone. Lying awake, replaying it, wondering if it's you. It's not you. You're not crazy. You're not dramatic. This person has been doing it on purpose, and they've gotten away with it because you're the only one who sees them for what they are. That's their fatal mistake. They think you're clueless. Trapped. Too worn down to move. They have no idea you've been watching. No idea you've been waiting. Because within the next 5 days to 5 weeks, something lands in your lap that flips this entire thing, and they will never see it coming. They underestimated you. Let me show you how badly. I've got a card here called The Therapist, and for a lot of you, this is literal. Some of you are in therapy right now. Some of you were, and you stopped. Some of you have been thinking about starting because things have got heavy. And for a few of you, it's not you that needs it. It's somebody in this situation who badly needs help and refuses to go anywhere near it. But here's what this card is really telling me. This isn't a bad week you're having. This is a long, dark stretch. There's history here, something behind you that took a lot out of you, and you've been carrying it a while. Then I've got the Cyclist, and there's a card called the Ring next to it, and both of them mean the same thing. This keeps happening. It's a loop. The same conflict, the same argument, the same person pushing the same button over and over, and you can basically predict how it goes now because you've lived it so many times. For some of you, the Ring is more specific. It's a marriage that keeps getting pushed back. It's an on-again, off-again thing that never settles. It's a promise somebody keeps making and never keeps. A commitment you keep waiting on. An agreement left hanging in the air for far too long. And then there's Gratitude, sitting in the middle of all this. And that card is you. Because even with all of that on your shoulders, you still look for something good. You're not bitter. You haven't let it turn you cold. And I want you to understand that's rare, and it's a strength. Hold on to it, because it's part of how you come out of this on top. Now here's where it gets good. I've got a card called Science, and this card is your mind. You're analytical. You think in patterns. You're the one who notices the thing everybody else walks straight past. A lot of you work in something like this: science, technology, medicine, research, teaching, anything where you solve problems for a living. And even if you don't, you're the one people bring their problems to, because you're the one who actually thinks it through. And that is exactly what your enemy underestimated. They looked at you being quiet, and they thought quiet meant beaten. It doesn't. You weren't beaten, you were studying them. Because the next card is waiting. And that's what you've been doing this whole time. Not frozen, not stuck, waiting, watching, holding your position until the right moment shows up, because you're smart enough to know that reacting too early loses the game. Then I've got a card called Called, and this one is a message coming toward you. And I'll be honest about what I'm seeing on this card. There's a man and a woman on it joining hands. So this is important, and it's specific. If you're a woman, there's a message coming from a man. If you're a man, there's a message coming from a woman. For some of you, it's help coming from the opposite direction than you expected. For some of you, it's news, an offer, a hand reaching out right when you need one. Somebody is about to make contact, and it matters. And the last card here is Loss. Now don't panic, because this one is about your past, not your future. You've lost something before. Someone close to you, a separation, a friendship that ended, an opportunity that slipped, or access to money or security you thought you had. And I want you to hear this. That loss is where your sharpness came from. You got this good at reading people because something taught you the hard way. Your enemy is up against someone who's already survived worse. They just don't know it. Okay, let's talk about who this actually is, because these next cards are very clear. I've got the house, and I've got the tree, and then I've got the snake. And here's the first thing. This is not a stranger. This is not some new person who showed up and became a problem. The snake is sitting inside the house, inside your home, your family, your company, your church, your club, your group. Whatever your established circle is, they're in it. The tree tells me this goes back years, possibly your whole life. This is someone rooted right next to you, someone you've known a long, long time, tied to the same family, the same workplace, the same property, the same long history. That's why it stings the way it does, because it's not an outsider, it's one of your own. Then the snake. And a snake is exactly what it sounds like. Somebody strategic, somebody who moves indirectly, jealous and hiding it, two-faced about it, smiling at you at the dinner table or in the break room while working against you underneath. And then there's the bear. And this is the piece that makes the whole thing make sense. The bear is the person with the power, the authority, a parent who controls the family property, a wealthy relative, a boss, a manager, whoever holds the money, the decision, the keys. Because here's what your enemy is actually after: property, inheritance, a promotion, money, status, control. Something they don't want you to have, and they've decided the way to get it is to take you out of the running. And here's how they've been doing it, and this is the part you might not have fully put together yet. I've got the birds card, and birds is gossip, phone calls, private little conversations, words moving between people behind your back. So watch how this works. The snake doesn't come at you directly. They're not stupid. They know they'd lose that. So they don't fight you. They go to the bear. They go to the person with the power, and they whisper, a little at a time, a version of you that isn't true, fed in slowly, drip by drip. A comment here, a story there. Did you hear what they did? I'm worried about them, honestly. Poison dressed up as concern. And they do it in rooms you're not in. That's the whole trick. That's why it took you time to even see it, because it was never said to your face. It was said about you, to the one person whose opinion decides whether you get what's yours. They want that authority figure to make a decision that shuts you out and lifts them up. That's the game. And most people would never catch it. But you're not most people. You caught it. So why you? Why did they pick you? I've got the activist card here, and it tells me exactly when this started. You challenged them. At some point you questioned something, or you refused to just go along with it, or you spotted something that didn't add up and you said so. You didn't fall in line the way they wanted you to. And the way you did it, because you're sharp, because you say things clearly and you don't dress it up, it landed hard on them. It made them feel small. It made them feel exposed, and they never forgave you for it. So I want you to hear this clearly because it matters. This didn't start because you did something wrong. It started because you did something right. You stood up, or you saw through them, or you simply refused to be controlled. And a certain kind of person cannot stand being outsmarted, so they've spent all this time trying to bring you back down. That's not your failure. That's theirs. Now let's talk about what this has cost you, because it hasn't been free. I've got the worry card, and a lot of you have been carrying real anxiety, and often it's about health, your own or a child's or an older family member who isn't doing well. And for a lot of you, there's money pressure sitting right on top of that, and the two are connected. The health situation or the family situation is the thing creating the financial strain. It's not one problem, it's one problem feeding another. Some of you are worried about a younger person too, a child's future, their schooling, whether they're going to be okay. And some of you are the carer in all this. You teach, you look after kids. You're the one holding everyone else together while you're quietly falling apart yourself. But then I've got the Sun, and the Sun is the card I most wanted to see for you because the Sun says this lifts. This dark stretch has an end date. Your health or your energy starts coming back. The money pressure starts to ease. Good news arrives. And for a lot of you, it comes wrapped up in a child or a younger person, something to do with them turning a corner. The worry does not get to stay. That's what the Sun is promising you. And now we get to the part this whole reading has been building toward. I've got the Universe card, which means you are closing a major chapter of your life, a big one. Leaving a home, ending a relationship, walking away from a job or a company or a group. Something large is completing. Then I've got Clover, and Clover is a window of luck. A good opening, but a brief one. It shows up and it doesn't stay open forever, so you have to be ready to move. And here's how that window opens, and this is the part your enemy never sees coming. The power shifts. Something changes around that authority figure, the bear. For some of you, an older relative's health takes a turn, and suddenly decisions are being made about property, about the house, about who gets what, and unexpectedly, it opens in your favor. Something that was locked shut for years suddenly comes loose. And for a lot of you, it's the enemy themselves who slips. They get sick, they take leave, they get distracted by their own mess, or they overplay their hand and make a mistake. And right when they step back, that's your gap. That's the exact moment the door opens. While they're looking the other way, the situation swings toward you. Then I've got Crossroads, and this tells me when that window opens, you won't have just one option. You'll have a few, a real choice to make. And this is where you win, because this is what you were built for. While somebody impulsive would panic and grab the wrong one, you're going to sit there and think it through with that analytical mind of yours, and you're going to pick right. And then the Coffin, and the Coffin is a clean, permanent ending. It means the choice you make doesn't just win you around, it closes their hold on you for good. Not a truce, not a pause, an actual end. And I have to point at the number 5 here because it keeps coming up in this reading. It's stamped on more than one of these cards. So the timing is 5. 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months. And here's what I want you to do with that. Watch for it. When you start seeing the number 5 turn up in your life over and over in odd places, take that as your confirmation. That's the sign the window is near. So what do you actually do? Because the cards are very clear that you don't win this by confronting anyone. I've got the Gain card, and it's telling you to get ready, quietly, starting now. Save what you can. Sort out where you'd live. Build the skill, protect what's yours, get yourself even a little less dependent on that family member, that partner, that boss. Because when the window opens, the only person who gets to walk through it is the person who prepared before it showed up. And do it in private. Do not announce your plan. Do not tip your hand. The snake has been quiet with you. You get to be quiet right back. And the last card is the Costume Designer, and I love it as the closer. It's telling you to stop playing the role they cast you in. They wrote you as the victim, the trapped one, the one who never figures it out. Drop that character. Reinvent how you show up, and every single day, picture the outcome you actually want. See yourself out. See yourself free. See yourself winning. Because what you hold in your mind is what you move toward. So here's the whole thing put together. Someone inside your own circle underestimated you. They went behind your back to the person with the power, and they thought you'd never notice. But you noticed everything. You've been waiting and preparing and thinking 3 steps ahead this entire time. And within 5 days to 5 weeks, the ground shifts. They slip, the window opens, and you, the one they never took seriously, walk straight through it and close the door behind you. They thought you were trapped. You were just waiting. Tell me one thing in the comments. Have you been seeing the number 5 lately? Yes or no? I want to know how many of you are already close.